Hi, my name's Mark,
And I'm Ned.
and welcome back to the channel. If you're just joining us, we are in Shetland, part of Scotland, north of the mainland. We're on a group of islands in the sea, in the ocean. So today we are taking you with us to see something very traditional in Shetland, and that is a cake box. It kind of is what it sounds, but if you're curious, come along with us and enjoy seeing the cake box.
I'm hungry.
Let's get into it. So when we were planning this part of our trip to Shetland, we decided that we wanted to stay in an Airbnb to have a little more privacy, a little more space, and Ned found a spot in Burra, one of the islands that's part of the Shetland Islands. And so instead of being in a major city, in an apartment or a hotel where we're right in the heart of things, we are somewhere a bit more rural. We're not isolated. There are plenty of houses, plenty of neighbors, but we're away from the city center, which means we are surrounded by sea on every side, and almost every side. And we're also in the middle of a Shetland pony pasture. So I don't know if you can see them past us, but we're going to walk you to the cake box, which is just steps away from our Airbnb, and we'll make sure you see some of these ponies. There are also horses in the field right behind the house we're staying in, and sheep. I don't know if you can hear them, probably not with the microphones, but just to the other side, probably at least 100 sheep baaing away the day.
Constantly.
So when we listen, when we have the windows open in the house, we hear seagulls, we hear sheep, we hear dogs,
Yeah.
horses. We hear all the animals, which we love. We're animal people, so it's really fun to be surrounded by all of that.
Yeah.
So let's take you with us. We're going to walk just down the street, making sure that you get a chance to see the ponies, and then we'll explain a little bit more about the cake box, and hopefully we'll find something to take home with us and try. So let's get going. All right, here we are at the most local cake fridge or honesty box to us on the island, and that's Marina's kitchen cabinet. So come along inside with me and we'll take a look around. This is the end of the week for Marina's kitchen cabinet, so there's not a lot left at this time. You'll see here in the deep freezer a lot of ice cream treats, popsicles, ice lollies, I think they call them in the UK, and then a lot of jams, a lot of jarred items that can stand the test of time here on the shelves a bit longer than some of the baked goods. And then, of course, you'll notice there are lights on in here. There's a freezer, lights, a refrigerator for some of the refrigerated cakes and pies. So this obviously is a fairly complex operation. This isn't just a lemonade stand at the edge of a property, but there's power running to this and a lot of careful planning that goes into creating these spaces for people here on Shetland. I think initially these honesty boxes were created for things like extra eggs, maybe things that you had from your home, from your farm, that you wanted to share with your neighbors. But now, of course, it's expanded to something really delightful. So there's an article with more information that I've pinned to the comments below.
So we're here in Marina's kitchen cabinet, and there's a few things left. I think that some people have been here earlier in the week, and we're going to get the Millionaire shortbread, which is shortbread with a layer of caramel and a layer of chocolate. And it's £5, 80 pence. So we're going to come over here and pay with the honor system. So let me get my cash out. I think I'm going to have to pay with the 10. So I'm going to do my math here. 10 minus 5.8. So my change will be 420. Got 1, 2, what's that? 3, 4. And then I need a 20, which is this one. Great. Hopefully they'll have more change to put in tomorrow. And then I'll put my 10 right in there. All right. And now we'll take this home to enjoy.
As we mentioned, and as you could see in the video, We visited Marina's kitchen cabinet at the end of her week as far as when she bakes and puts out new things for people to come by and purchase. So if you're in Shetland or taking a trip and you want to try something from some of these cake fridges, honesty boxes, several of them have social media accounts. You can find them on Instagram or Facebook, and there you can double check the hours that they'll be open each week, and you can probably also see a menu of items featured things that might be available for you to try. Otherwise, you can do what we did and drive around the island, explore, and if you spontaneously see a cake fridge or an honesty box, then you can check it out. And depending on what they have, treat yourself to something that someone local to Shetland has created with love for you to enjoy.
So we have our millionaire shortbread, and let's give it a try. While I'm unpacking it, Mark can tell you a story.
So, you may not know this about me if you don't know me in real life. I cannot handle food that makes noise. I can't handle food noises. I think it's called misophonia, where food noises, chewing, mouth noises freak me out. They stress me out. They just annoy me. And I wish they didn't. It would be much nicer in life if they didn't. So anyway, a quick story. When we were on the Caledonian Sleeper coming from London to Aberdeen before taking the ferry to Shetland, we had seats that just sat up. We didn't have a cabin, which in hindsight was a terrible idea, but we have rail passes, so we can take the Caledonian Sleeper for free, with the pass we've already bought. So that seemed like a nicer idea rather than paying £400 for a room for the night. 10 out of 10, would never recommend. It was a terrible experience. But the people in front of us, everything they owned seemed to be wrapped in a layer of the loudest cellophane ever, the loudest plastic wrap. So it didn't matter what they were doing. If they needed something to eat, if they needed to get their phone, if they needed a pillow, it was like layers and layers of plastic. And it really seemed like it was loud.
And I don't have an issue with food noises like Mark does, but even I said something to Mark. I was like, is it me or is this really, really annoying?
So much noise and extraneous noise. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you. So if you're with me, if you're hanging out, don't eat potato chips right in my ear because it will it will be the worst thing for me. Anyway, we're not going to subject you to loud food noises in case you're like me, but we wanted to try this on camera to finish talking about the cake box, cake fridge sort of element of Shetland. It looks ooey gooey. So you've got the layer of shortbread on the bottom, a layer of caramel, and then the chocolate on the top. It's really nice. It's soft. It's not like a super hard set tray bake.
And what I like is that I feel like there's not one layer that overpowers the others. Because I think sometimes when you have this millionaire shortbread, you can have like either really sweet caramel or really sweet chocolate, and then everything else gets kind of buried. This is nice. Everything works together. I like it.
We had a piece of millionaire shortbread as part of an afternoon tea. It was one of the desserts in Durham. And it was a really tall piece of millionaire shortbread. There was a lot of shortbread, but then there was a lot of caramel and a lot of chocolate. It was like a chocolate bar sitting on top of a caramel bar, sitting on top of 3 layers of shortbread. And it was sweet. It was good, but it was really, really sweet.
Yeah.
And I think I had a bite of it there, and we wrapped the rest up. We had a little bag with us, and then we never finished it because it was just overwhelming. Yeah. It was too much of a challenge.
But this, I think I could finish a piece of that.
This
Maybe
really
not
nice.
in one whole sitting, but I could have half now and half after dinner, and it'd be good.
We went to the cake box yesterday. Yeah, we've only been here for 2 days.
Yeah.
We went yesterday when we got in just to check it out, and they had brownies, peanut butter chocolate brownie. So we got those, and they were really good.
Yeah, they had Reese's Cups in them, and I really loved it.
Yeah.
And I thought that when we were getting ready to do this video, I went to see if they had more, and they did. But then by the time we got there to film, someone had come and bought them already. So, but this was nice.
Yeah, this is delicious. So it's a fun thing. And as we've been driving around Shetland, we've seen signs for other cake boxes, cake fridges. What else did you say we should call it?
I think cake fridge is the term they use here.
And we didn't pass them. We saw signs that said, you know, cake fridge 5 miles this way. And so it was off the path we were on. But
Yeah.
this one, as I showed you in the video, is just steps away from where we're staying.
And it seems to
fun.
be a really important part of cultural life here on Shetland. Not ancient culture, but something that's happened in recent decades that's really popular. And it seems like a great way for local people to share their interests with each other and make a little money doing so.
Yeah, it's really nice. A nice little element of community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hope you've enjoyed coming along with us for a little more context of where we're staying in Shetland and the kind of things we're trying to make sure we do during this adventure. So let us know in the comments if you have something like this near where you live. If you like to bake, share things with people. I'm sorry that there's no knitting in this video besides the sweater I'm wearing, but we're doing lots of stuff in Shetland. So some of these videos won't have a lot of knitting. Other videos will be all about knitting and all about the textile industry. So I hope you're happy with this episode, and I hope you've enjoyed spending a little bit of time with us today. All right, we're about to go outside and see if the ponies will be friends with us. So far, no one has been interested. No ponies, no sheep. We have made friends with one cat and one dog. We have videos of both of those. I'll pop them in. Do you want to come here? Come here, I'll say hello. Hello. You're a chatty little thing. Are you chatty? Yeah. I know. We're going to cross our fingers that maybe we'll get to meet a pony or a sheep, make friends with them before we have to go. But at this point, we're going to pop back outside, put some laundry on the line, and feel even more like locals here on Shetland. So thanks for spending this time with us. As always, happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy crafting to you, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.